So I'm going to explain how to play Samurai by Reiner Knizia. What we'll be doing in this game is capturing the pieces that you see on this board, which I have set up for 3 players. And if you notice, there are 3 different types. There are hi-hats, there are Buddhas, and there are rice patties. So how will we be doing this? We will have a handful of tiles that we will play onto the board. So, if you notice, there are water tiles, and they can only be played in the water spaces. And there are land tiles, which can only be played in the land spaces. So, on your turn, you're able to play only one tile that has no kanji symbol at the bottom, and as many tiles that have this little kanji symbol on it. So if I wanted to, I could play this for rice patty, and I could play this one with a kanji. I could play that right here, and I could play this one right here. After that, I refill back up to 5 pieces, and it's the next player turn. Now, how do we decide when one of these pieces gets captured? It's when all the land pieces that surround a piece are filled with tiles. So let's say, for example, the green player decides to play this tile here. At this point, you see I have 4 influence here, and they have 3 influence for this tile. That means I win this tile since it's 4 beats 3. But let's say instead of them playing a 3, they played a 4. At this point, you have 4 and 4. That means we tie, and this actually goes to no one and goes off the board. So these tiles go specifically for that type of piece. So this only affects rice, whereas these are wild pieces. So this one would affect the hi-hat. So this is 1 influence for the hi-hat, 1 influence for the Buddha, and 1 influence for the rice patty. The same with this boat tile. It's a wild, so it'd be 1 influence for this Buddha and 1 influence for this hi-hat. So we keep on playing our tiles, but there are also 2 other tiles that are special. One of them is this tile. What you do is you just say, I'm playing this tile, show it to everyone. And what you're allowed to do is you're allowed to switch 2 pieces. So I could switch this piece here with this piece here. This piece allows you to swap places with a piece that has already been played. And now I can take this piece and I can play it anywhere on the board. Say I can play it up here. We keep on playing our tiles until one of 2 things happen. Either all of one type of piece is gone. So let's say all of the hi-hats are gone. At that time, the game ends. The other time is if there are 4 pieces that have been taken off the board, which is extremely rare, and I've never seen happen, and I've played this game a lot. At that time, we will get to who wins the game. So we will look at each individual piece. So we will look at each. So we have the hi-hats, we have the Buddha, and we have the rice patties. We will look to see who has the most in each type of piece. So who has the most hi-hats, who has the most Buddhas, and who has the most rice patties. If there's someone who has the most in two of these pieces, they win the game. Which usually doesn't happen, but can happen. If no one has two of the most, then at that time, you have to have the most in at least one of these pieces. And when I say the most, there are no ties. You have to have more than anybody else. So at that time, whichever one you have the most in, so let's say in this example, I have the most hi-hats between the three players, I would set my hi-hats aside and I would count the number of Buddhas and rice patties that I have. And that's going to be my score. And whoever has the highest score at that point would win the game. Now, if it's still tied, we would add in the hi-hats and we would count everything. And whoever has the highest point total at that point, they would win the game. If they're still tied, then unfortunately nobody wins the thing. It's a tie. So that's how you play Samurai. A lovely little game that I will always cherish. Thank you.